This is me in Sweden, and I think it's April 24, 2022. The year I am sure about, and that is April. But what number of the day, that's hard for me to remember. I don't look at it. And I have promised you to explain more about what Mary was saying, because that was like baked into what she was talking about. It was one more message in it. First, I only see it like you, that she was talking about the worldly life we have. But then is it a spirit talking that she did in the same time? And it can happen when you hear preaching that one you get that kind of message to you, but your friend she have another message of the same scripture. So it can be more than one understanding, and one that they are talking about, and that maybe is like the sword that is a double, and that it says in the Bible about that one can take it, the message, in one way, and the other, the message, in another way. So that's when I say I promise, that means that I hold a promise. There is so many people that doesn't do it. They forget it, and they don't take the promise. They don't take it. Take it to be important word, but the word promise is like a holy word, that you hold it as much as you can. That is the character of you. That is what God wants you to be like. That if you say, I promise you to tell you tomorrow, then you do it. Of course it can be a situation that cut you off from could do the promise, and sometimes you can't tell it next day, but you hold it in your mind, and to tell that day that fit for to tell. Sometimes is it not the right time directly to immediately to tell. So, but promise is a holy word, and you need to hold it. And so I promise you to tell you, or else I have not said that I promise you to tell what Mary was really saying in a spirit way. And I have listened at the episode 3 times now to really understand everything. And in that way I was explained before I go to bed that when I'm recording it, and then I look at it in that way. And the, those numbers you see that on my episode is numbers that those that have downloaded the episode, but those that listen to the episode, they are other numbers. This is what you see, numbers people have downloaded the episode to listen at it in another time or in another way. They download it on their app to listen at. So it's a little fake with these numbers. So I let it stay there. I don't hide it for you. And this about, I tell you also that I have done, I took a photo, a picture of this store where they are standing at the whole time. So you see what I'm talking about. It slides out. It's between the walls, a little door that I have to slide out and try to close it. It doesn't have anything to close it. It's only to make it stay there where you left off the door. So this would Mary. I go into the spirit now. I didn't know it should happen, but now I feel a real spirit on me. So maybe it's coming something more than I expect, and I never know how long the episode will be. If it's be 10 minutes or it will be 1 hour, I don't know. But I try to hold it at least so it's not longer than 1 hour. And if it's some spirits that is talking, I can also cut it out so you don't need to listen at the whole episode if you don't want it. Those first episodes that I recording, that was for you to understand who I am. And but now it's not so much about me anymore. It's about the spirits and you that listen. It's about you and the spirit. And I am between you and the spirit and tell you what the spirit is telling you. So this with children, Mary say this with children, and that I have talked about in another episode, that it was I dreamed that it was 3 children, 3 girls that was sitting in a corner of a room, but that corner was breaked away from the house, and the kids was sitting in that corner of a wall, 2 walls, and sliding down at the hill, and and it looked very scaring, and I didn't know where it should go, if they should be killed or if they should survive. I I could not tell it because I only saw them sliding down from the hill, and then it was a man coming in the air, and I saw him, how he looked like, and he say Bronco, he say Bronco, he say. So, and when I wake up, I was thinking, Bronco, I know Bronco from my childhood, far away in years, and I know that Bronco was a gypsy name. It was, I don't know if it's a gypsy name, but that man that had that name, I think it was a sure name, and they were gypsies. So that's what I was thinking about when I wake up. I wake up in the night, and so I go very fast to get me a pen and paper and write it down, the name, he say. And then in the morning I call my friends that I had in that time. I had 2 women that I was friend with, and they were gypsies. And I told her about my dream, and it was so special. It was not a temporary or accident that I call her, because she said to me that we have a pastor that is gypsy. We that are gypsies, we have a pastor in the city, she say. And she said his name is Bronco. She said to me, I've been so surprised. And she said, of some reason, I have written up his telephone number, she said to me. So I'm going to call him and talk about you and the dream. And then the pastor, called me up and say that when I told him about my dream, he said, are you sure that is not for you, that dream? No, I say, I can't recognize anything of the dream that belongs to me, I say. Then he said that he told me that he had three churches in Stockholm, our capital city. He said that he had 3 churches, and they were not good. It was something wrong with them. So he said, I am on my way to lose them, he said to me. And he said that to me. He teach me about the symbolic in it, and the 3 children means church. The kids means church. It doesn't mean the gender doesn't matter what it is. It's about your children. That is symbolic for the church, he said to me. And then he asked me how this man looked like that was that I saw. and I describe him how he looked like, and the pastor be so happy, and he said that's what I was suspicion about, that this man that you describe is working against me and want to take over the churches, he said to me. So that was a true dream I got, and I have got many dreams. That was only one of many that God gave me. He have talked to me in dreams. I call it vision dreams. It's those, you have it also, but you maybe don't understand it. That is a vision from God, and he do it in dreams sometimes, because why do he talk to us in the evening, in the night? Why do he do it just when we wake up in the morning? We see and hear things. It's because that we are not full of stress. We are relaxed in that time. In the night we are relaxed, we are sleeping, and in the morning we have not started to get it on us, all the things we should do that day. In the morning we are more relaxed than at lunchtime, for example. So that's easier for God to reach us. That's why it's coming in the night. But the devil have told us that is demons that is coming in the darkness in the night, and that is to deceive, to make people think it is evil things that comes in the night, when it is because we are relaxed and God can talk to us. Yeah, I felt that some of you got it. You got it. What it is about, why things happen so much in the darkness. So that is symbolic, and Mary was talking about to be pregnant and to have children in her talking, and that is a project, things you have in your mind, things you have started with but you have not continued to work on it. She's talking about that also in the same time, and she talking to you about it to make it to be complete, what you are on your way to do, or what you have in your mind, because the weakness that the weakness is causing of that you wait too long for to do the project, to do what you have in your mind that have been there for a long time, not those things that you think today, is those that thinking that you have like pondering about for a long time, and there is an opening for you today to make it come to be completed and be successful. It's Mary, it's the spirit that is here is saying that I was talking about my door to be a portal, but that was not the accident either that I was talking about. Now I know that I was saying this because the door is open, yeah, now for you to do it. And there is nothing that is saying that things uh, things is going smooth for you, because we live in this time when we have to be careful so we don't be sick and die. Because in the morning now in the news, the last news they say it was that they expecting a race of people that going into the hospital because of the new COVID-19 that is on its race now. It's going to be a wave, one more wave, like they have talking about in the spirits in those past episodes. They're talking about many waves, and now it's on its way a wave again. But media is in the hand of those health institutions that the government have, so they don't want to place that news in the first place when they were talking in the morning. They took it the last news they were talking about, and it's hide. And I say those people that have decided that they should not report about COVID-19 anymore, because they think people don't want to listen at it, and they don't want to read the newspaper if it says that. They are murderer, they are killer, because they should warning people about it. But they don't do it because it's about money. It's about money. They can't sell a newspaper, and they can't get the money from commercials if they talking about it. It's about money, and it's not about people's health. So they are killer, murderer that take this decision to not tell us. And I try to find, because it seems like COVID-19 is away. It's gone in Sweden. So I try to find statistic about what's happened today. And it's very, very hard to find it. I find it, and I'd be surprised that so much COVID-19 is still here. I am on my way to get delivery of things for my garden today, and I'm going to wear a mask on me, because those people that deliver, they are going from house to house and meet people so much, so they can have with them illness, and in all kind of forms. It's not about COVID-19. It is more than that is going on just now in the countries that we have the spring now, and it's other season, like in Australia there is fall now. They have passed by the summer, and they have also many problems in Australia also. And so it's to be careful. I tell you, it's not about money in my case, because I don't get any money from doing this podcast. I pay. It's me that paying for to be on these platforms that you listen at. Yeah, I don't have any support at all. Of course, I have support of God because I have money enough to could pay those platforms that I have. This platform that you listen at is only one of many, because my work for God is to reach the whole world, and some platforms doesn't reach some parts of the world. Maybe a little, but not so much, and so I need to have other platforms also. That I have one in Africa, and I have one in India. So I need to spread it in the same way I spread all over the world the message from God. So that this is what I had in my heart, that I have the pondering. That was, the pondering is something that is stick in your mind, that you can't take away. It's coming, maybe not the whole time, but sometimes it's pop up, those in your mind. That is pondering also, to pondering, to have something in your mind. And that is also the project. You know, that you have in your mind that there is a portal. It's a door open for this to could happen. And you should not wait for it, because you don't know tomorrow. You don't know. We don't know the future. Only knows the future if we got it from God, what the future bring. But as a human, we don't know anything. We don't know 1 second from now. So we are kind of stupid. But it should be like that, because we need to get it, all the message from God. That's why he didn't wanted us to be the smartest in the whole world, for us to communicate with him instead. So it's a spirit. I don't know if the spirit want to tell something, but it is a spirit that I don't see. So it's like it is God that is here, because it's over me as something very strong. He's talking to me. He's saying, what he's saying is, be careful out there, he say. And if it's not me that say that, it is something very important. And he is saying that you have to be careful, because the devil is on his race, and he is trying to get you. So you have to be awake, he say. That is God that is talking now. And he's standing in the corner. He's standing in a corner and wait for you, and you like crash into him. And what God means is not only in a human way that a person go into another person. It can be in a car crash, or it can be a situation when you start to talk to a stranger that is something that have with the devil to do. So you have to be careful that what God wanted to tell us this morning. And I know it. I know it very well because after that I was the car drove over me for 3 years ago. Then I understood that the devil is around every corner and try to get me, to stop me to talk to you and be a bridge between God and you. He tried to stop me. So I am, since 3 years ago, I have been very careful. Maybe a little stupid careful. But it's better to be stupid careful than to be stupid dead. So that's, he confirmed me in this, what I was saying, the last thing that come out from God. So, you that listen in the morning, I wish you a blessed day. And you that listen in lunchtime, I wish you a blessed day. And you that is in the night sleeping, you can sleep and listen at this. But on your way to sleep, I wish you a blessed night and next day blessed.